Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates.
मॉम ने हम सबको लिखा कि मैं डांस करते हुए आऊंगी एंड दिस इज लिटरली उनके डेथ से एक दिन पहले की बात है.
Prachi, Navya, you lost your mother that night. When was the last time you spoke to her, Navya?
6:30 that day. We all spoke to her via group text. So we have a group and we used to talk. And the last message that she wrote was कि कल मैंगोस बड़े पीसेस में.
हाँ,
Kal mangoes.
थोड़ा बड़ा पीस में काट के लाना, तुम बहुत छोटे पीस में लाते हो, मैं खा नहीं पाती हूँ. वी वर गिविंग हर फ्रूट्स एवरी डे, वी वर सेंडिंग फ्रूट्स और काढ़ा वगैरह बना के मैं काट के भेज रही थी. नव्या और हस्बैंड उसके जाते थे देने. तो मम्मी ने लास्ट हमको यही लिखा था कि मैंगो जो है तुम बहुत छोटा काटते हो, थोड़ा बड़ा काट के लाना. शी वॉज रिकवरिंग, अपने मन से बता भी रहे थे कि क्या खाना चाहते हैं, क्या फ्रूट हम भेजें उनको. और एकदम से ऐसा हुआ.
And I'll tell you something. That day in the morning, my husband had gone to the hospital and given the fruits and kada and everything. The doctor was late on rounds that day, so we did not stay to talk at that time. So generally हम सुबह वरना डॉक्टर से मिल के आते थे. So then I called the doctor Paras in the evening then around 4:30, and he told me she is completely recovering. Her oxygen used to go down to 60 without the mask. It has now come up to 80-82.
Okay.
Her oxygen levels with the NIV mask were 98. And he said that initially we had kept her on 100% oxygen capacity. Now we have lowered it to 90%. And this is how we'll wean her off the oxygen.
Okay.
And he said that she's internal recovery is happening and she is recovering. So we were very happy that, there's a recovery which is happening. And our chachi went to the hospital around 5:36. So generally we used to take shifts. Some of us used to go in the morning, some of us used to go in the evening. They also gave her fruits and she used to like kacha paneer and mangoes or chiku. And they also with that they came back, they met us as well. And the nurse was there. She also told them the same thing, that she is recovering. There is internal healing which is happening. She's fine. She sits, she talks. So there's nothing to worry about.
Then what happened?
So many things went wrong that night. First we received a call around 10:50
Yeah.
कि आपके पेशेंट को वेंटिलेटर पे डाल रहे हैं. This was made by a guard. First of
Yeah,
all,
I see.
The guard called, not the doctor.
No,
Not the doctor.
no nurse. It was a guard who called my chachi. She called us. Immediately we said कि आप कैसे डाल रहे हो? First you were supposed to take consent. How can you say आप डाल रहे हो? पूछो पहले. We realized something is off maybe, but we did not know what has happened. But I think by 11:15 we were in the hospital. And वहाँ एक बहुत ही अजीब सी वाइब थी. मतलब you could sense something.
What did you see?
happened.
What did you see?
Nothing. The reception was absolutely there were no people. There were only 2 or 3 receptionists that were there. Some people were coming begging for a bed. They were turning them away. And you could hear a weird beeping alarm going off in the background. It was a very, very weird vibe.
And while we were entering the hospital, there was a lot of force which was already there.
Yes, there was a lot of police force that was already there.
They were waiting for something, or at that time, that's what we assumed. They were waiting for something.
When did you find out that there was an oxygen supply problem?
We found that firstly we did not know what had happened. They told us that your mother, we could not.
She suffered a cardiac arrest.
Yeah,
we
we
were trying
could not
to.
They never said oxygen.
Never.
No, they never said that.
Later, when we saw with our own eyes, while we were trying to call our own family, informing them about the death, a tanker came to the hospital. And then some other people also came. They said, this is our tanker. We don't know. I think it was Gangaram Hospital ka tanker, or we don't know what hospital did it belong to. But the police diverted that tanker. They did not even let that tanker come in. Then our second indication why it was an oxygen shortage was we saw some people, like some attendants, getting their own tanks for their patients. Now my biggest question is that as a doctor, it is your moral duty, it is your civic duty. When you realize that you will not have enough oxygen supply, as per their statement in the newspaper, around 6 o'clock in the evening the tanker was supposed to arrive. Why did you not inform anyone? You let 20 people die before you started making calls. उन लोगों को जो थोड़े से स्टेबल थे, मतलब जो लोग नहीं थे स्टेबल, आपने उनको जाने दिया. आपने कोशिश भी नहीं करी कि आप उनके फैमिली मेम्बर्स को इन्फॉर्म करो. हम कुछ कर पाते नहीं कर पाते वो एक सेपरेट स्टोरी है. But एक chance हमें मिलता, we were even robbed of that chance.
Absolutely.
I think amongst everyone, I was the first one who had seen what you had posted, when it had happened with your father, and
Yeah.
I was telling so many other people that imagine, we are very privileged with, our mother had insurance.
That time, nothing, yeah.
बहुत मुश्किल है, जॉब करना, घर का रेंट देना. She just got married 6 महीने भी अगर actual में आप date
6 महीने
calculate
क्या,
करो,
it's just
it's
been
not even
January.
been 6 months. She got married on 15 January. It's not even been 6 full months that she's been married. And then going through this, and then when I read your post, I still feel कि हमें फिर भी बहुतों से बहुत अच्छी एक कोशिश करने के लिए मिली. बहुत लोगों को तो वो भी नहीं मिल रही है. People who are dying जिनका कोई record नहीं है.
I know. They're dying
really
uncounted
bad.
and
They're dying
abandoned.
Uncounted. The numbers that are being fudged.
Yep.
Numbers are not being reported correctly. Deaths are not being reported accurately. It's really sad. I can't believe we're living in such a country जहाँ पे एक basic health care जो एक
Right to life है.
right to life,
we don't have
guaranteed by
that.
the constitution. आपने वो छीन लिया on your whims and fancies.
बिल्कुल.
Probably आपको लगा कि it's more important to save our administration than saving lives. And I strongly feel had it not been 20 deaths that night, again we don't know the accurate number, there could have been more. शायद ये सामने नहीं आती बात कभी. वो कवर अप कर जाते, 2-3 डेथ्स होती, शायद नहीं ऐसे सामने आती ये चीज़.
And there are families that we have spoken to who had oxygen cylinders at their home.
Yes, families had cylinders at their place.
So people could have saved lives.
Absolutely.
Who do you blame? Do you blame the hospital? The hospital head blames the Delhi government blames the central government, and this way the buck keeps getting passed. Who do you as daughters blame?
For us, it is the hospital. We had
It is
admitted her to the
absolutely
hospital
the
with the faith that you are doctors, you're supposed to save lives. आपको रेमेडिसिविर चाहिए था, आपने हमें बोला. आपको प्लाज्मा चाहिए था, आपने हमें बोला. हमने लाके दिया ना.
सब कुछ
So
हमने
if you
किया.
have any issue in terms of anything which is you don't have, aren't you supposed to inform us?
How old was your mom?
56.
Very young.
She was a school principal. She is a working lady. She was a working lady. She has been working for 25 years. She was working with the school for the past 11 years. And I mean, you just rob a person of their life. You rob a family of everything. For you, it might just be statistics and numbers. As in for the doctors, it might just be statistics and numbers. But what they don't realize is that their carelessness or callousness has led to a lot of families
Being broken.
absolutely.
Being broken, and on top of that, they changed the time of death.
That's the
Oh,
worst.
why is that?
I'll tell you what. So we had reached by 11:15. By 11:30, I'll tell you something very strange. So the hospital did not allow, when we used to go as well, in the ICU they used to allow only one person. So we all three were there. So the guard said only one can go up. I went up. There also I told the guard that I am the attendant of Seema Avasthi. I need to treat the doctor, and ventilator पे क्यों डाल रहे हो, क्या है? So then the guard must have informed the doctor. I waited for 10-15 minutes. He did not come out. The guard again came and told me आप अपनी फैमिली से किसी जेंट्स को बुलाओ.
अच्छा.
Fought with him then कि
Why?
भैया आपने क्या करना है?
हाँ.
मैं अटेंडेंट हूँ, वेंटिलेटर पर डालना नहीं डालना I will decide. जेंट्स लेडीज का आपने क्या करना है? His reaction was मैं तो गार्ड हूँ, मेरे को डॉक्टर ने कहा, मैंने आपको बता दिया. So then I called my husband up. That was around 11:26 when I called him to come up. And that is when the doctor told him that your mother-in-law has expired. However, this is around 11:30. Our official records from the hospital say that the death was 24th night, 12:06 a.m.
The reason
Right.
they did this, if they staggered the timing of death for all the patients,
They
it
don't have
can't
to
really
say
be linked.
oxygen. It's related to the oxygen
Absolutely.
interruption.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it would all be at the same time.
True.
Yes.
What would be justice for you now? Your mom's not going to come back, but there has to be some sense that her death was not in vain, right? What should happen that would at least make you feel that there was justice?
Being very honest, it's very easy to say, put doctors behind bars, do this, do that. It's a vicious circle. It's not just doctors alone, it's a vicious circle. hopefully something can happen, whereas there is some sort of law, there is some sort of fear, that this doesn't get repeated. Why did hospitals start raising SOS after Jaipur Golden's incident? Only because there was this slight fear. Yet after that, Batra Hospital twice in 2 weeks lost people due to shortage of
And
oxygen.
even a doctor died in Batra.
Even a doctor died, a very senior doctor. In Goa, we lost 75 people due to
Yes.
shortage of oxygen. So this is still rampantly happening. You keep on murdering people and then you are not being held accountable. We are not saying that somebody should do time in prison, but there should be something concrete, some reform.
Yeah.
Some sort of fear that, if we fail to do this, we will probably lose our license or something like that.
And the word you hear most often from families that we've been meeting who lost their loved ones at Jaipur Gold is murder. And even if you don't call it murder, because murder needs intent, it is at the very least culpable homicide, right? Because these families did not die from COVID. They died quite simply because of a failure at multiple levels, at the level of the hospital, at the level of the governments to provide that oxygen, and the failure of the hospital to even inform the families that there was a problem in the oxygen supply. That is what we're hearing from family after family. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.